inning. What did you think the key was to everybody stringing together? Because I mean, it felt like almost your entire lineup had a big at bat there.
Sometimes when you get on a roll, you just get on a roll. Good things happen. The ball that Cahillo hit it like 111 miles an hour. I don't know. I guess you got to score it in air, but it was a tough air, and I really liked the way that he really ran hard, man. He hit it and he was flying, and he's a good runner. People don't realize straight line he can go, and he beat it out. And instead of two outs, there's one, first and second. It, it just kind of sparked us over there, and then the hits came early. They came on the first pitch, maybe a couple on the first pitch, a couple on the second pitch, and I think we got 6 hits in that inning, and that's hard to do. It's hard to score, that many runs without hitting a home run, and we did it.
I wrote down some exit velocities, and this was 4 consecutive at bats. It was 109, 106, 107, 104, I think. Did you feel like they were on his pitches?
Well, I didn't feel like we were on anything in the middle of the game. I mean, honestly, for about maybe 4 innings there, I guess 3 innings, it just nothing happened, and you could tell that we were frustrated. Because it seemed like we'd get 2 outs when we're in the field, and then I guess it was a Harris would pop a home run, and we just kept going wow. And we had a hard time getting him out the first 2 days here. That's excuse me, that's for sure. But I'll tell you, we didn't panic over there. I could hear guys talking. We haven't had our big inning yet, and I made a comment. Hey, we're only down 3. That's nothing. We can come back from 3. Good day to hit. So, but they still got to go do it, and I just think that once it got going, it was like a snowball running downhill. Man, guys they did their job.
How good does it feel to clinch a series in game 2 and not have that, going into the finale?
Yeah, it feels great. Honestly, it didn't look good there in the middle of the game, and their pitchers were pitching really well, and we were struggling, and then for us to flip that in 1 inning and get out of here with not only a win today but a series win gives us an opportunity maybe to exhale a little bit, and hopefully we'll play good tomorrow.
I know they had a couple injuries mixed in, but how much do you think the 11 walks you guys drew kind of wore on them as the game wore on?
Yeah, we just talked about it in the dugout a second ago as coaches about, they walked us 11 times, but we never cashed in really. Just once maybe early, and then maybe one other run in there we scored because they gave us some free passes, but we took advantage of it in that last inning. And around the walks, get some hits, you're going to score. And I'm sure it wore on them a little bit. The injuries just happen, unfortunately. You hate to see that. Very rare to see 2 guys leave the field from the same team. One I think might have been an oblique, and the other one probably was the arm somehow. But yeah, I hate that for those kids.
What did you see from Gackle today? Because it looked like really good, and then just a couple mistakes really got in the way of maybe him going more.
He seemed frustrated out there. There were, again, 0-2 counts turned into full counts. He came back and got a couple of guys, but, it just seemed like there in the 5th inning he couldn't finish it up. I think he might have got a couple outs early, and then here they came again. And, we were just looking for strikes, and obviously Coyle came in and got in on Willis, and he had a ground ball to second, and Willits. And after that, they got on him a little bit, but, they didn't put us away. 2-run lead, 3-run lead, and if it had been 5, that's a pretty good hill to climb with 6 outs to go. But they didn't get there, and fortunately we got some big hits. We got a couple C&I singles, but they were hit pretty hard, and here we are.
How good is it to see? Micah and Nolan, 2 guys that have kind of been up and down this year, to come through in that 8th inning with those back-to-back singles.
Yeah, Nolan hadn't had a great day at the plate. He was frustrated and felt like he was getting rung up maybe on some pitches that were away. And maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but, he still had an opportunity to really help the team, and he did it. Micah, had a couple of hits and hit a ball at the end of the bat, lined out to left, made a nice play. And, again, we just kind of waited for it to happen, but it started in in the middle of the order a little bit. I guess it was more towards the top, but the middle's the one who did the damage that drove in the runs.
Yeah, if I counted this right, I think you got 16 home runs in the last 5 games. You usually talk about when the weather warms up, but what's going on with your guys?
I think they're just seeing the ball pretty good right now. They're confident. I mean, it sounds so cliche-ish, but it is. It's May. We've been playing games since mid-February, and it just seems like that maybe the pitchers are starting to get a little tired, and the hitters are starting to really heat up and see the ball better. And if they're feeling good and they're healthy and they're strong, there's no reason their best at bat should be right now.
I'm not sure if they've already asked you, but what does tomorrow look like for you pitching wise?
Yeah, we'll start Gibbler. Yep.
Mike had that rough game last Sunday, but it seems like he's really responded well. What are you seeing from him at the plate?
Oh man, it's just good to have him out there. I don't know. He just I don't know. He's made the comment to me, how good he played last May. He was on fire last May, and I said, well, you need to catch fire this May here. And he's gotten some big hits the last couple of days, and been playing great outfield all year. So, like I said, if he gets on base, he's such a threat to steal bases. And we did get a few of those today too. That one in the 8th really paid off because Rutenbaugh got a single right after that, and that 4th run. 2's a lot better than 1 when you're going into the 9th, but man, 4 over 3 to me is huge and big hit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Cameron Johnson, he hadn't given up a home run in SEC play until you popped him twice during that one inning.
He hadn't given up but 3 extra base hits all year. He had 2 doubles and a homer against him. The 2 doubles are in league, no home runs. I mean, I was looking at that and I was like, wow. And then, Mike had jumped on that fastball away and hit it into the net, and then Pompey smoked that ball. I think it was a 3-1 count, and he just hammered it. And feeling pretty good then. And but their relievers came in and did a really nice job. And next thing you know, we're losing. And so that's what makes it kind of sweet that we came back and won that thing.
You surprised they haven't tried to steal through 2 games?
Well, there's been it's really the situation. I mean, they're probably playing it smart. They didn't want to run themselves out of inning. You have some left-handed pitchers on the mound a couple of times. Early in the game, they were down a couple runs. They didn't want to run. Ryder made that really good throw yesterday off that ball that bounced off his chest. And, sometimes that sticks with you a little bit. And it's a lot easier to steal bags when you're winning, to take a chance. And you have to get in the right count, too. And, we didn't steal in there for a while because their guys were too quick to the plate or doing a better job of holding us. Plus, we were losing. And you're thinking, well, you get thrown out here, we might hit a 2-run homer and tie it or whatever the case may be, and they were down 3. And it's kind of risky. But I guess to answer your question, I just think they're kind of letting the game show them what they need to try.
It's kind of cool to see a couple of those guys who were going through the senior day ceremonies come through with such big performances.
Yeah, I mean, Coyle got to pitch and got us through a jam, and then I guess Zach got the big hit. Micah got a couple big hits, and it's kind of cool on senior day that they really contributed like they did.
Well, when did you hear, I guess, that Carter was available today, and what's the latest there?
He was never not available yesterday. Because of the concussion protocol, he could have come back in at any time. And I made the comment yesterday that he stood in on the stairs right behind me that leads down into the tunnel with his helmet on pretty much every inning, telling me, hey, I'm right here. Do you see me? I can hit. I'm fine. As he's got a cut here, 2 things sticking in his nose, to keep it from bleeding. I just kind of got a kick out of it, actually. But, he's tough, man. But, when he could breathe good, and he still might get an X-ray, but sometimes if things aren't collapsing in there, and they said it wasn't, there's really nothing they can do. I mean, it could have a crack in it, it could be broken, but the swelling has stayed down, so they said he was good to go.
How good was it too to see him it's been a little bit of a struggle for him recently, but come back from that injury and have a big hit there in the 8th as well?
Yeah, it was a huge hit. Laid off a breaking ball, got into I think a 2-1 count, and then he got the fastball and he singled up the middle. It was good. Good for him, good for the team, and let's see what happens tomorrow.
Dave, are you a bobblehead collector? How'd you feel the Vahiva
I do
one?
have some. I'll run a couple. I've probably got a couple under my desk right now.
How'd you feel the Vahiva one turned out?
I like it. I like it. Kahio told me that he likes everything about it, but he doesn't feel like that's his smile. His comment to me yesterday was, he doesn't smile that much. I said, I know. I coached him for 2 years.
And then I wonder what you thought about Jamie Alloy throwing out the first pitch to
was
Kahio. I
awesome.
don't think I've ever seen that where a father threw one to
Yeah,
a
it's pretty
son.
cool. You know, he played college ball. He coached college baseball. He's still one of the few parents that I wouldn't. I'm a little scared of that guy. So I mean, he's huge. And but no, I went up and shook his hand, and I told him, I said, hey, thanks for coming, man. You look great, and appreciate being able to coach your boys. Yep. All right. See you.